Hi, everybody, and welcome to Fearless Fridays Power Up Tips. I know for most of us, um, we hear a lot about the authentic self and how we have to speak our truth and how we really need to learn to show up authentically in our life. But isn't it easier said than done? I'm Dr. Dranitsaris, and I'm just going to give you a little tiny snapshot of how the authentic self actually emerges from the brain, how it emerges out during a normal stage of psychological development. There's a transition that happens, you see, when we go from psychological stage to psychological stage, and anyone who has been a parent has noticed this. It's all of a sudden, for example, the best examples is, your child who used to be your best friend and come to you and they admired you and respected you. And all of a sudden, this person doesn't want to have anything to do with you or talk to you. In fact, and when one of my stepkids was going through this stage, they insisted that I drop them off a couple of blocks from their school because they didn't want to be seen. And it wasn't about me. They just didn't want to be seen as doing something as uncool as being with their parent. And so you see these transitions that we go through, these little people, as little people, we are moving along and we don't even know what's going on because our parents don't know about developmental stages. But our authentic self begins to emerge through the four functions of the brain, whatever your predominant mental function is. For anybody who wants to learn more about this, go to our page on the striving styles to get a better understanding. But it doesn't arise with this fanfare and proclaim itself as, okay, here I am, whoever you were before, all of that has to fall away because our self-protective persona, it developed first, our adaptive self, the self that helped us survive psychologically, so that it would be there at the time where our authentic self needed to emerge developmentally in its own time. So there's no yellow brick road to life fulfillment. We all know that. Nobody can say, I deserve to have a perfect life, because life is full of ups and downs. We have a lot of difficulty accepting that because we can think that we deserve more. But when the authentic self emerges, it emerges in ways like, hey, I'd like to learn a little bit more about alternative health. There's no, I want to be a naturopathic doctor. It's, I have an interest. There's a kernel, there's a seed where that is unique to that person. And if parents don't welcome the seed that comes up in children and they put it down, that's one of the ways that stops the emergence of the authentic self. And it doesn't operate in an all or nothing fashion because we do have that self protective persona first for the authentic self to emerge from. And so, as a result of the emergence, the agenda of the self protective persona, which is to keep us safe, says, wait a second, what's going on here? I don't know if you can come out as strong and as powerful as you're intending on doing. Your family, they've all been doctors. How dare you think that you're going to go into hands-on healing and everybody be joyous about your choice? This is going to take some, working through, because the self-protective system is saying, not safe, not safe, while the agenda of the authentic self is saying, but I want this. I have an appetite. I am hungering. This is the work that I'm here to do in my life. And so you see these competing agendas that are with us throughout our entire life, where it's almost like the self-protective system's always saying, what will people think? Oh my gosh, what will people think? But we have to let that go. And there's this dance between the emergence of the authentic self and experimenting with new behaviors, knowing who your support system is and who they are not, and allowing the nurturing of your authentic self in whatever form that takes, knowing that you're not going to get approval from everybody when it emerges. And some people will actually try and put you down. I know for myself, when I decided to open the Center for Mindful Therapies, that was back in the mid 2000s, a number of my colleagues said to me, why can't you just be satisfied with your practice? You've got a good practice. Why do you want to start all over again and have something different? And to have to explain, because people need this, because mindfulness is a powerful tool. I wanted, my authentic self is longing to create this so that people will have a place to come and learn how to build presence in their lives. And even colleagues who proclaim to be psychologically astute, because they weren't doing it, it didn't conform to their idea of how a psychotherapist should practice, they wanted to shut me down. My authentic self is a bit of a lone wolf when it comes to things like that, and following my visionary my visionary nature. It's, I had to do it, and I did it, but I did it in a very lonely way. And we have to tolerate this, that if we really want to allow our authentic self to emerge, we have to give up what our self-protective system and agenda wants, is to conform so that we'll be safe. Always your choice. It is always, we have that power to choose. And what is your power of choice right now in your life? What are you holding yourself back from? Are you making yourself small? So do some reflection and let yourself know, I have an appetite for this. I have an appetite for this. Nobody else does. It doesn't mean that my appetites are wrong. It simply means that I have to nurture my own appetites, my authentic self, and allow it to emerge despite the nattering from my self-protective system that it's wrong, or that saboteur that kicks in and casts doubt. You want it, go for it. So that's all for today. You want some more tips and tools? Hop over to Dranitsaris-Hilliard on the YouTube channel or our website, Dranitsaris-Hilliard.com. Find out all of the different ways that we can help you achieve your potential. Bye for now.